it's me, Alora, and welcome back to Snaketopia. First and foremost, for anyone who's watching around 4th of July, which is a day after the 4th of July when I'm going to post this video, happy 4th! I hope everyone had a lovely 4th if you celebrate. If you're from somewhere else, then congratulations. I hope you had an amazing day anyway. But, yeah, so happy 4th to everyone who celebrates, and yeah, hope everyone had a good day. It was a very rainy Saturday. That's okay though. We had fun. Ignore my very faded hair. Not important. It looked great once. I touched chlorine. It no longer looks great, so that's okay. Let's get into the actual point of this video now. So I'm filming this to talk about my business, the business aspect of Snaketopia, and what I did for the business competition that I may or may not have mentioned in my introduction to my channel. I forget. So if I didn't, I'm gonna restate everything. So I was called down to an assembly at school where they talked about a local business competition that 10th through 12th grade was welcome to participate in. So I chose to participate in this business competition, and I presented Snaketopia to this group of judges. I brought my snakes. I brought two of my snakes. I brought two snakes. One was not mine, but I did bring two snakes. I brought my corn snake Checkers, and I also brought my bearded dragon Mango, and Mango was a big hit. He had his picture taken with like the founder of some big company, and he was as their web title for the week. Everyone loved my lizard. But yeah, I always had fun. I brought him up to present my business with me. I think I only had him with me or without me once, and that was for awards because at that point I was there from oh my god, I was there from like 4 to 8 o'clock at night. It's a very long day for him, so I decided to give him a break. Actually, I don't think I got home till closer to 10. It was a very long competition. But I presented Snaketopia, and I ended up placing third. I won a sum of money, and I also won professional business classes with a local college in my area. I was stoked about that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know I volunteer with a rescue. I'm pretty sure I added that in my first video. So that was always fun. I love that. And I want to talk about what Snaketopia was for me. So when I entered this business competition, I wrote, I think, a 5-page essay on my business, which was Snaketopia. In that essay, I included that I wanted it to be a rescue with a twist. I wanted Snaketopia to be an educational rehabilitation facility for reptiles and amphibians, but I also wanted it to work as a vet to close gaps in lack of veterinary care for reptiles and amphibians, especially in my local area. We don't have a lot of them, and I think it's very important that we need them. So I wanted to work. I'm not personally going for my vet degree, so I'd have to hire vets, but that's okay. I think I can do it. Actually, I know I can do it. I need to raise money for that, and I'm working on smaller things now. I think education is also a super big important role in the world of herpetology and reptiles and amphibians. So I talked about creating my own reptile programs. I teach reptile programs now as a volunteer. Well, I don't really teach them myself, but I help teach them. And it's a start. I'm gonna be ready to teach my own one soon, and I want to work towards that. I want to get one big lizard for shows. We have the room for it, and I know how to, so I'm young, but I do my research. I am certified in herpetology, which I think would be a great thing to have if I teach those, because I'm a kid, and I feel like the biggest thing, because I'm so young, is people are kind of gonna overlook me and undermine me, because I'm a 16-year-old. I feel like to everybody in this world, it's gonna be like, oh, she's a kid, what does she know? But I know a lot. Not to toot my own horn, but I definitely know quite a bit about herpetology. So I went out and I said the biggest thing I wanted to do is I wanted to spread education about our local species because I feel like a lot of the times, unfortunately, people see reptiles like snakes, lizards, even amphibians sometimes, and they're like, ew, it's scary, and then they immediately go to hurt it or unfortunately kill them. I really want to stop people from doing that. I want to change people's opinions, especially about snakes, because snakes are so helpful. I know there's going to be some people's minds I cannot change whatsoever, but they're so good to have around, even if you're scared of them. They'll take care of your pests. They'll eat your field mice and everything else, and they're really good to have around. Besides, they don't come around often. I mean, you don't have them for all winter depending on where you live, so there's that. But I love snakes. I'll never not. That's why I think education on them is so important. There's one other thing I think education of is very important, and that's being able to take care of your reptiles and amphibians. It astonishes me how little some places know about the animals that they sell, and they'll send you home with the complete wrong care instructions for it, and that just baffles me. Like, you can't sell something that you don't know how to take care of, and then tell people the wrong things and expect it to live a long, healthy life. A, that's messed up. Do your research on what you're selling so you know how to tell people how to like properly take care of these animals. And B, I think it has a lot to do with why reptile owners struggle so much, because with limited access to veterinary care, on top of the fact that some places aren't giving out correct care information, it makes a lot of people stuck, especially people who genuinely want to give their reptiles and amphibians a better life. And that really bothered me because we were given incorrect information once. And luckily, I do my own research. I went home. I made sure everything was correct. I researched before I got the animal too, so I knew what they said was wrong. I went home, re-researched, and everything was good. I had a good setup. Everything was great, and I'm happy now. I have my bearded dragon in a huge 120-gallon tank. For anyone who watched Snake Discovery, it's the exact same as theirs. It's just not Snake Discovery themed because I bought it on sale. But it's the exact same enclosure type. I built it. Not from scratch. It was a kit. I can't build anything from scratch. I think it would fell apart. But rehabilitation was something that I'm like, I want to take in cruelty cases. I want to rehabilitate the forgotten, unfortunately abused and neglected animals. I want to bring them back to full health and be able to adopt them out into actual good homes. I want to work as a veterinary service for people who actually want to help their animals and take good care of them, but they just kind of are stuck on where to go. And then I wanted to do education and spread awareness about being told wrong information, doing your research before you buy these animals, and just, helping the public learn a bit more about your local species so you're not so afraid of them. They're helpful. Not all of them are scary. I promise no snake or reptile for that matter is actively trying to hunt you down. And I just think the hate that they get is so unnecessary. It's not needed. One day I would love to expand enough to start my own group. I guess it would be a group, but I want to start my own little herpetology, field herpetology specifically, group where we'd go out and we'd do field herpetology stuff. We'd look for reptiles, we'd tag them, and we'd monitor their species. We'd work on conservation efforts, not with just the animals, but with land, because that's really important. Conservation efforts aren't going to do much if there's no land for the animals to live in. So I wanted to do that because I found that really important. There's a lot I want to do. I want to expand. I want to get big. I want a retail section of a building for not just rescue and education, but I think having a retail would really help with financial support. I need something, but I'm not just going to sell name products. I'd love to eventually start my own product line, but other than that, I definitely sell like top quality, like the best of the best reptile and amphibian specific brands. I just want to have the perfect place for reptiles and amphibians. That was my whole goal with Snaketopia. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do long term. That's why I started this. That's why I'm here filming this video talking about Snaketopia, its goals. I had a lot of fun presenting. I definitely changed quite a bit with it, but my overall thing was the same. Rehabilitation, education, and specialty products. And that's not going to change. I've added on, like I said, I'm working on my own curriculum to teach my own online courses right now. I don't know if that's a definite thing, but it's definitely something I want to do. I want to go teach my own reptile programs, which was technically in with education. And then have that group, field herpetology and conservation efforts, especially with local species. I think that's like the biggest thing with me because I've lived in this area my entire life. So of course I want to do things to help preserve it and to help preserve our local species. Upcoming videos, I'll definitely introduce you to my animals finally. I think it's about time. And then, of course, I'll do herping videos and I'll probably make education videos. I really want to start working on education videos. I think the first video I want to make is actually an educational video on how to take care of corn snakes. My corn snake checkers was my first snake. I really love her. She's a great snake. She gave me no problems eating. She was a sweetheart. I got them from a breeder at a vendor, but they're not local to me. Actually, the breeder was called Rocket Corns. I'm pretty sure they have a Facebook if anyone wants to go check them out. They're an amazing breeder. I had no issues with Checkers, and they have some really pretty morphs. Checkers is just animalistic, but I love her. She's very pretty. I find it really funny because I was looking for basically the exact opposite of Amel when I went. But that's okay. I love her. I fell in love with her, and I took her home. I'm looking at getting a bigger lizard species for teaching shows in the future. I think maybe a savanna monitor is what I want to get. I'll see. I have an expo coming up I'm going to go to, so I'll see what I can find there. Before anyone says anything, I've done my research. Actually, the group I volunteer with for rehabilitation, the rescue that they own savanna monitors, and they sent me a complete care guide for them, so I'm not worried. I know I can do it. I have people who can help me build enclosures for it because I know it's going to need like a giant custom built enclosure. We have the room. I have a snake room in our house, which is just lovely. I love that. I love giving house tours and people come over and be like, here's the snake room. Like, that's the most normal thing on earth. But I'm really proud of it, so. I'm proud of who I am, and I'm proud of what I want to do. But I wanted to talk about Snaketopia as a whole and my business I want to start. So yeah, I'm Laura. That was my idea for Snaketopia. That's what inspired this whole channel coming about. And with that, I'm going to end the video. So I hope everyone enjoyed this little, I guess, piece of information about my goals, and then they had a great time watching any of my other videos if you've watched any. There's only 2 out right now, but maybe from the future. With that, I'd like to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!